what happened to him. It was a cold-blooded attempt to kill a man. But Fritz Louissaint survived the attempt on his life. And you would think that people who call themselves peace officers and public officials and leaders of the community would say, okay, that's enough. But it did not stop with the attempted murder of Fritz Louissaint. The police are following and harassing and threatening the witnesses that saw this attempt at cold-blooded murder. This is nothing more than a cover-up, an attempt to cover up the attempted murder of an innocent man. Whatever Fritz was doing, he did not deserve to be fired upon like that. But this is just one of many incidents in this community. Rahway has its share of police brutality incidents. Rahway has its share of the use of excessive force by police. Rahway has its share of complaints from the citizens about the way the police treat them. Rahway has its share of complaints filed with the Internal Affairs Bureau. So Rahway's hands are not clean. They were not clean before they shot Fritz, and they aren't clean today. And we are not gonna rest until we get justice for Fritz Louissaint. We are not gonna rest until something is done about police brutality and the use of excessive force here in the city of Rahway. We are not gonna rest as long as the cops continue to shoot and kill unarmed people, as long as they continue to put innocent people in jail. We who are here today are not going to rest.
Right.
And we say today that we are not going to rest until we get justice for Fritz Louissaint.
All right.
So we put the mayor on notice. The mayor has put out this false report
That's
that
right.
Fritz had a knife.
That's right.
In an effort to justify what the police have done. But we say today, there was no knife.
That's right.
We say today, if there's a knife, show us the knife.
That's right.
We say today, if they said they got a videotape. You got a videotape? Show us the videotape. All of this is subterfuge, an attempt to subvert justice in yet another incident of police brutality in the black community.
Right.
And we call upon the public officials who have not said anything about this case to open their mouths and do what the people of Rahway elected you to do.
Right.
We say to the black elected officials from the city of Rahway that you have a bounden duty to speak out on this issue. As an African American, as a descendant of African people in this country who have historically been the victims of police brutality and state terrorism, public terrorism, private terrorism. No black elected official should be silent on the issue of police brutality, and no black elected official in this town should be silent on what happened to Fritz Louissaint, because it'll be Fritz today and it'll be you tomorrow. It'll be Fritz today, it'll be your son tomorrow. It'll be Fritz today, it'll be your daughter tomorrow. We cannot turn out in your community working for justice, and in this community, one of the justice issues is the attempted murder, the attempted assassination, the brutal attempted execution of Fritz Louissaint. Imagine laying in a hospital bed with 5 holes in your body. Imagine standing in front of an officer with a gun, maybe a .357 Magnum or a Glock in his hand. I don't know what weapon they use, but I know it's always one of the most powerful. And imagine being shot, not 1 time, not 2 times, 5 times at point-blank range. Imagine the trauma to his body. Imagine the force that fell upon him. Imagine the holes and the gaping wounds, spurting blood that came from his body at the time that he was shot at point-blank range by that officer. Keep that in your mind. Keep it in your mind when you go to church tomorrow. Keep it in your mind when you're at service tomorrow. Keep it in your mind when you say mass tomorrow. Keep it in the mind that an unarmed man whose own neighbors were screaming and yelling out the window, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" Imagine you standing there, and you see that officer pull the trigger again and again and again and again, till he imagines, till he hopes, till he wishes that the person that he was shooting at was dead. But God is great. God is great. And Fritz, who was hoped to be dead, is still alive, still lives, and will be able to speak for himself when the day of justice arrives. Wake up every morning with these injustices on our mind, and with our hands and hearts filled with determination to bring about justice for the oppressed. This is our duty, and this is our responsibility. And we say here today, we pledge that we will not rest until we get justice for Fritz Louissaint. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. No justice. No justice. No justice. No racist. No racist. No racist. No racist. No justice.